The rise of Koga has begun, and his first victory in the Berserker Ball has been acquired. If you break it down, the support he's gotten from various other fighters is quite insane. For example, we have sparring matches slash training with Oma, with this allowing Koga to better understand his own weaknesses and certain things he can kinda change up and do to improve. Then he's training with the pro wrestlers like Segabahashi. This most likely has improved his endurance, durability, raw power, as we did get to see more of that training in the most recent chapter. Him just attacking Seki and getting beat up by him, crazy stuff. Then we have his training with Koishi's group, such as Cosmo Adam. This most likely works on his grappling game quite a bit, which you'll also get to see in the most recent chapter, being able to get out of this guy's hold quite easily, and also working on his striking as well. Then he is training with Lolong and Kano to work on his fist eye ability and his development of pre-initiative, one of the most OP techniques in the whole verse, and is currently only connected to top tiers. Then he's training with his uncle Joji, the pinnacle of Rokushin karate in the Kengan verse. Koga's base fighting style is Rokushin karate, so his overall striking ability goes through the roof when training with Joji, and even some movement slash footwork training with Ryuki early in the series. So in short, Koga is absolutely stacked in the amount of opportunity he's been given, not to mention his god-given gift, the fist eye, another technique that's kinda busted in its own regard. So yeah, Koga is definitely going to shine throughout the Berserker Ball and is going to leave the tournament, not winning in my opinion, but as someone approaching the top tier in my opinion. Maybe even ready to participate in the new Kengan Annihilation tournament, which is going to be pretty crazy as well. If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing if you haven't already. I make regular Kengan slash fighting manga content on this channel, Mysterious Weeb. Now let's continue. Koga's specialty, or his finisher, is very clearly his kicks. His first fight in the Berserker Ball was finished with a kick. His fight against ZG, a kick. His fight in his first practice Kengan match, a kick. So yeah, Koga is all about his kicking. But he's not particularly limited in that regard. He's an all-around fighter, which is pretty cool as well, and it makes the most sense. So can't wait to see how he goes throughout the rest of the tournament. Of course, the prelims are most likely going to be stomps for him. His bracket is on, the fodder side compared to some of the others. So he should progress and get into the championship league very shortly, and I can't wait to see his fights in that. In next week's chapter, Kengan Omega chapter 164, I believe we're going to cut to a different fighter. Maybe we'll see Ryuki's first fight or someone else's. I don't think we're going to see all of the prelim fights. We may see Ryuki's, as he is the protagonist alongside Koga. Their fights, maybe a quick 2-page fight from Rito and Cosmo of them stomping their opponent. And then we may just get a quick little flashback of some of the other fights, or just get told what happened in some of the matches. Or we could just see a full chapter dedicated to each of the fights, which could be pretty interesting. I personally wouldn't mind it, but I know a lot of people think that would drag out the tournament quite a bit. But being fair, people have been complaining about the fast pacing of Kengan Omega, and I get the sense people are going to start complaining about the slow pacing of Kengan Omega if it slows down now. So I guess you can't, give everyone what they want, but I hope it just shows some of the prelim fights, and of course the full championship league or the Berserker Ball is going to be pretty hype as well. And I also wonder what other fighters we're going to see spectating the other fighters match. We know Yamashita is with Ryuki. Maybe you have another fighter with him to talk about it, and who's going to be watching the fights of Cosmo, etc. As they're all taking place at the same time, but just different places around Japan, and there are 2-week breaks in between all their matches. So Koga with that first dub. That's everything for today's video. Sorry about it being short. Don't really have too much to say. Check out the other stuff in the description, and of course shout out to the mad lads who support the channel via the Patreon. But yep, that's it guys. Peace.